Pipeline construction. So unique, it has a language of its own. The pipeline is built along the right-of-way. The assembly of men and machinery required to build a pipeline is the spread. The construction is directed by the superintendent or spread man, assisted by his key field supervisors or following. It is not unusual for a spread to consist of 100 pieces of major heavy equipment and 500 experienced hands, operators, teamsters, welders, laborers, mechanics, and others. How they build the pipeline, that is, the construction methods they use, varies according to pipe diameter, pipe composition, time of year, winter or summer, local topography, environmental constraints, and construction standards required by the owner and governmental agencies. The key to successful pipelining is to maximize productivity while minimizing disturbances to the environment and never compromising the safety of employees. This is an enormous undertaking that can only be accomplished with seasoned field supervision, a motivated workforce, a well-maintained fleet of specialized pipelining equipment, and responsive logistical support. The consistent performance of Marine Pipeline Construction of Canada is evidence of the company's capacity and access to resources. Marine takes on fast-track, big-inch pipeline projects in a variety of pipeline construction environments. It's 6 a.m. and Marine supervisory team gathers, as it does each morning, to review manpower and equipment needs for the day. High productivity in pipeline construction requires effective planning, the appropriate and timely allocation of human, mechanical, and material resources. Invariably, conversations turn to other matters that also impact construction: environmental protection, relationships with landowners, and safety. The risks to personal safety on the job are substantial. Heavy equipment always in motion, crews leapfrogging from one pipe joint to the next, working in close proximity to operating pipelines, overhead power lines, and buried cables, and of course, working in varying terrain. Pipeliners must develop a sixth sense for safety that enables them to stay out of harm's way and to protect the well-being of others around them. At Marine, the commitment to safety goes well beyond providing workers with a hard hat and personal protective equipment.
Who hasn't signed this yet?
New hires, for example, regardless of experience, are not allowed to set foot on the right-of-way as employees of Marine Pipeline Construction until they have completed a comprehensive safety training orientation.
Thank you, sir. Have a good job.
At the corporate level, the company employs a full-time safety supervisor who works closely with the owner and project management personnel to develop and implement project-specific safety plans and to investigate matters of immediate concern. Protection of the environment has also become an important element of pipeline construction. Marine's focus on the environment can be traced to the mid-70s, when its management group was responsible for Section 2 of the Alyeska Trans-Alaskan Pipeline, the most scrutinized pipeline job in history. Recognizing their role as environmental stewards, the company established the position of environmental manager to inspect and monitor operations and to implement protective measures as demanded by the local ecology. With production goals in mind and logistics managed to the satisfaction of the supervisory team, the buses roll and the crews set out for another day along the right-of-way. Pipeline construction can be viewed as a linear progression of interdependent activities. Just as any car on a freight train can go no faster than the car in front of it, the pipeline spread consists of crews whose production rates are dependent on the performance of the crews directly ahead of it. For new pipeline construction, pipe sections that are strung out along the graded right-of-way are carefully bent to match the contours of the land. Even the relatively flat prairie requires bends, however subtle, to ensure proper alignment and cover. Productivity on the big-inch pipelines is enhanced by the use of automated welding systems. Several welding passes are required to weld the pipe sections together: the root bead, hot pass, fill passes, and cap pass. The root bead is mechanically produced by welding heads that are located on the internal lineup clamp. The clamp travels inside the pipe, controlled by a panel at the end of a reach rod. Welding huts that protect the automatic welding equipment from the elements move from weld to weld. An automated welding bug travels along a pre-positioned metal band set around the pipe. In the relative comfort of the huts, welders make a series of passes and ensure that the welding head remains centered so that a quality weld is always made. At road and river crossings, at tie-ins and fabricated assemblies, manual stick welding methods are used. Marine pipeline construction and project owners share a common commitment to quality workmanship. All welds are inspected to ensure a competent weld free of defects. Ultrasonic testing and X-ray analysis verify the integrity of each welded joint. Once approved, all joints are sandblasted and sealed using an epoxy resin. The anti-corrosion protective coat on the pipe is inspected for defects and pinholes and repaired as necessary. Trenchers and backhoes excavate the ditch to the designed depth. The pipe is then carefully lowered in, backfilled, and tied in. Hydrostatic testing ensures the pipeline is safe for operation, while the cleanup crews return the land to its original condition. For rehabilitation of existing pipelines, Marine specializes in investigative digs, facility replacements, retesting, and recoating of aging pipeline systems. These services allow our clients cost-effective alternatives to new construction and peace of mind that their pipeline systems are operating safely. Pipelining is expensive, so efficient productivity is essential to maintain budgets and schedules. Much of the equipment has been developed for the single purpose of building pipelines, and the machines currently employed are more powerful and efficient than ever. At its headquarters in Nisku, Alberta, outside of Edmonton, Marine has built a large modern facility to customize, repair, and maintain its fleet of equipment. Also at Nisku is Marine's head office, where corporate decisions are made and field projects are closely monitored.
Good afternoon, Marine Pipeline.
Marine's finance and accounting functions are administered from its Calgary office. In 1998, Marine crews constructed over 400 kilometers of large-diameter pipeline in the provinces of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, while providing significant maintenance and upgrading services to the industry in Western Canada. For TransCanada Pipelines in Alberta, the company built 113 kilometers of 48-inch pipe. In the provinces of Saskatchewan and Manitoba, Marine built 158 kilometers of 48-inch pipeline, replaced 3 kilometers of existing mainline, recoated 26 kilometers of pipe, installed 7 34-inch launcher receivers, and replaced 26 34-inch valve assemblies for TransCanada. For Enbridge, formerly Interprovincial Pipelines, the company built 178 kilometers of 36-inch pipeline as part of the Terrace Phase 1 expansion program. In 1999, Marine commenced its participation in the construction of nearly 1,000 kilometers of big-inch pipe, more than twice its production in 1998. In addition, they continued to provide significant maintenance, upgrading, and investigative dig services to the industry in response to the need to locate and repair defects before they become troublesome. In Alberta and Saskatchewan, Marine has constructed a significant portion of the Alliance Pipeline Project, a pipeline designed to carry natural gas from Western Canada to the Chicago market area. Marine spreads will total approximately 570 kilometers of big-inch work, both 36 and 42-inch, when complete in the year 2000. Challenges unique to the Maritimes included the necessity to train a labor pool that was unfamiliar with pipeline construction. In a joint venture, Marine constructed 565 kilometers of natural gas pipeline through virgin terrain in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. And for TransCanada, as part of their pipe maintenance program, Marine completed a 32.5 kilometer, 42-inch pipeline recoating project in Saskatchewan. Marine Pipeline is frequently the company of choice on the basis of their diverse experience, excellent safety performance, substantial resources, and financial stability. Marine views pipeline construction as a business of selecting the best people, training and managing them effectively, placing reliable equipment at their command, and providing the considerable support required to meet every challenge along the right-of-way. As befits the experience of its management group, Marine Pipeline Construction of Canada continues to set the standards for production and quality pipeline construction throughout Canada.